So they moseyed on in after some of the screaming had stopped, and they found complete carnage. Obviously, I'm going for monkeyfish.
Do I have a choice?
No. I stole it.
Okay. Old pendulous breast herself.
Chase you through a cave. I know you do outside.
And we're going to talk about how wrong you are after this.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Monsters Lounge. I'm Jeni.
And I'm Tressa.
Yeah. I wish I could remember what episode it was that we were talking about monkeyfish, because that
I think
stands
that's
a pretty great one.
Oh, I'll send it to you. I've got a link.
Yeah, please do. I think that and the Brittany Barbieri megalodon with a monocle and carrying magnets in one's pockets to attract sharks. I think that was also. By the way, go back and listen to that one if you don't know what I'm talking about, because it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yes. Top tier.
Extra top tier, because we're always top tier.
Gulp, yep.
Gulp. What's going on, Tressa? What's been happening?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this question. Nothing.
Oh,
what's going on with you, Jeni?
Cool. Not much.
I know.
Cool.
Listen.
Oh.
Listen. I'm very excited because
Clearly.
Full disclosure, as I have to say this every time, I don't know anything about astrology or the zodiac. However, Mercury retrograde is over on, I think, Thursday. And praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. This is one of the worst ever for me personally. Thank you. Praise the Lord. Thank you for moving that stupid Mercury out of the way ASAP. Amen.
Listen, I'm going to level with you. I have no idea what Mercury in retrograde is supposed to mean, what it's supposed to do.
I know it's really bad.
I know I hear it, and it seems to be happening all the time. According to Facebook posts that I see, it seems to just be ongoing forever. How many times a year does that happen?
I don't know. Did you not hear my disclosure?
I guess I didn't listen to your disclosure.
Yeah. Also, this one was bad. This one was especially bad.
Okay, so what happens?
I know for sure it messes with electronics, which has been very apparent to me. And I don't know, generally messes up your life and stuff. I don't know. It's been a bad month for me. So goodbye.
Yeah.
That's how I'm saying.
Okay. If someone could just reach out to me at some point and explain it, because I feel like I could Google it and learn some things, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say that I will, and then I won't.
But also maybe look at the dates of those posts, because maybe you're seeing a Mercury retrograde post that's a couple of weeks old and you're like, oh, again, this just happened.
Wait, a retrograded Mercury in retrograde?
That's right. Yes.
That was delightful for me.
Oh, hold up. Right. Jeanette says Mercury's years approximate 88 Earth days. So it happens a lot.
Man, Jeanette always, she comes through. She really comes through with information.
Because we're dum-dums.
I like to imagine that sometimes Jeanette is watching us or listening to us and is just like...
And rolling her eyes.
Oh, come on. We just got it. And then she just goes through the keyboard.
This is basic zodiac.
Yes. Pull it together,
what are you
ladies.
Doing, ladies? You are middle-aged. You should know this by now. We all got this class in high school with the health class where we learned about our periods. What are you doing?
I didn't get that class.
I just assumed I missed it because I wasn't allowed to do it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. So my brain is very weird right now. I did a lot of homework today. I am back in school, and I have had to take a math class for the first time in 20 something years. And I am bad at math.
Oh, you don't love
No,
math? It's not your favorite?
no. Listen,
You're just like
I
Barbie.
avoided doing the Sudoku puzzle for a very long time. And you don't have to do any math. It just has to do with numbers. It's just numbers. But I was
Can
so
I
mad
tell
at it.
you? I happen to play a lot of games on my phone because I don't have a lot
Mhm.
going on. And I always get this ad for a Sudoku game. I'm like, nope, no, I hate this.
See,
Get
that's what I'm
off my
saying.
phone now.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Numbers and me, we do not mix. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, and then the part where it's not like logic theory anymore. It's like just straight up
Mm,
math. That's financial math.
I'm
I
so
mean,
sorry for
I don't wanna, come on, man.
it's not fair.
I know. So then I took a brief pause from that to research a new episode series that we're doing. I don't know how many
Ah,
they're going to be, and they're going to be intermingled depending on how much research that I've been up to. But last week, we were talking about a story out of Peru, and we noted the fact that there is a lot of weird stuff that happens in Peru.
yeah.
There is all
You know
kinds
what
of
I like about that is that everyone, like you hear Europeans or whoever, they're always like, how come UFOs only go to America? Like, that's stupid. I think it's fake because you never hear about. That's because you're not paying attention, dum-dums. There's so much going on around everywhere.
Mhm.
Let's look at Peru, for instance. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about ghosts, I think, tonight, and I'm
we
excited
are.
about that.
We are.
But so much going on in Peru. It's wild. And it's not like it's a huge place. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
I mean, the country itself is it's about 496,000 square miles, total water area of 2,000 square miles. It's the third largest country in South America and the 20th largest globally, but it is roughly the same size as Alaska,
Oh,
which
that's
to
pretty
me is
big.
kind of crazy. I mean, it's very, very large, but um certainly not like the largest country that's in South
Right.
America, right? Um, and it shares land borders with Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, Bolivia, and Chile. Longest land border is with Brazil. So, of course, that runs along the Amazon. And come on, the Amazon is just so cool. It's just
Yeah,
such a
they
cool
named a
place. I
whole
want
website after it.
to.
I don't want to talk about that. Anyway.
Now, to be fair, I
Mhm.
am completely and totally enamored with Central and South America. Like, this has been pretty evident.
Mhm.
I love it so much. And I'm also so enamored with folklore and certainly the lore of indigenous peoples in this area and all the way through the Americas, right? I don't
Mhm.
know what it is. It's just maybe because I was going since I was a kid.
Yeah. You had
Um,
that awesome uh word I can't think of uh that you got to go there as a child
yeah,
often.
yeah,
I can't like I got to go to Iowa as a child, so it's a
yeah,
little bit different.
yeah.
I'm not as enamored. Yeah.
Right. Right. I'm just incredibly enamored. And not only that, but I was, I got the beautiful experience of being raised on
Folklore.
folklore. Yeah, and fairy tales. And a lot of the folklore came from indigenous peoples because my
Mhm.
grandparents were equally as fascinated. Um, I was thinking about this the other day because I was thinking about my grandma, and I remember my mom gave me some books that she had read to me as a kid,
Yeah.
and that was like a big thing when I was a kid, was reading. And I remember my grandmother reading me a book called Trail of Tears. I mean, I had to have been like 8 or 9, and I was
Wow.
absolutely floored and have come about it from such a perspective of, appreciation for peoples that really didn't it wasn't quite fair. I.
Oh. You
Understatement,
think?
maybe?
Maybe a little bit of an
A
understatement.
little
Yeah.
bit? Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking
Huh.
Peru, and we're going to talk about some hauntings in Peru first. Um, well, anyway, I'm going to give a little bit of history about Peru because it's really fascinating. So as we saw from the map, it kind of stretches along the Pacific coast. Only 3% of Peru's land is land that is capable of being plowed and used to grow crops,
Did
which
you say
is
three?
3%.
Three?
3%.
Wow.
Yeah, with 0.5% being suitable for permanent crops, which is a very tiny, tiny
Oh.
area.
Oh, see, I'm not in a math class right now, so I appreciate the perspective. Thank you.
Right. Let me explain these percentages to you here. Okay, so 9.5% of Peruvian land is attributed to population centers, coastal regions, and other space, which granted was like maybe 20 years ago. So it's probably grown since then, but a lot of it is not particularly like city friendly, or is it inhabited? You have the Andes there, all kinds of natural hazards, earthquakes, tsunamis, flooding, landslides, and volcanic activity. And there's some pretty cool stuff, right? So it's adjacent to the adjoining Nazca and South American tectonic plates. So that's where those volcanoes and earthquakes come from. And they do converge in the Atacama Trench, which is about 9,000 feet higher than the Mariana Trench, which I didn't realize, which is really cool.
I'm not really
Anyway,
familiar with what that is, but go ahead.
The Mariana Trench?
Yeah.
The Mariana Trench is like the deepest in the ocean, along with the other trench that is starting with a
ocean
T.
crap. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
ocean.
okay.
Yeah. Ocean crap, right? So here's something that I am absolutely fascinated with, right? So the Norte Chico civilization is along Peru's coast, which is the oldest civilization in the Americas and one of the 6 cradles of civilization, which I totally
Wow,
didn't
that's
realize.
wild.
I know. So we've got Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, ancient India, ancient China, the Olmecs, which is in Mexico, and Norte Chico, which is in Peru.
Huh.
I had no
Good
idea.
for you guys.
Yeah, seriously though. So, and yes, it was also home to one of the largest seats of the Inca Empire. Several different indigenous peoples throughout time, including the Nazca, which we're obviously going to cover when we talk about the Nazca lines and whatnot.
Yeah.
But some really cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. The capital of Peru is Lima, which is kind of where we're going to start.
Let's go.
I know. So we've all kind of heard of catacombs, right? And do you know what an ossuary is?
Oh.
Okay. So, yeah, cool. So ossuaries are a secondary burial site. A body is first placed in a temporary grave. After things decompose, often a year or more later, the family returns to gather, clean, and store the skeletal remains in a shared ossuary, which saves space compared to full body coffins. I didn't know that. Like any of the catacombs that there are, I just kind of assumed, and I don't know why I assumed this, that they were just like hucking bodies and like placing them like that, and like that's just how it went.
Hold on, let me bring up one of these photos of bodies being hucked. No, that doesn't look like any sort of rhyme or reason. They were just hucked in there. Jennifer, what?
Well, maybe not hucked, but I just kind of assumed that they were put there like right after they died.
It seems like there's missing a lot of stuff for it. Listen, I don't know anything about this. This is the first time I've ever heard of this completely foreign thing to me, where they come back a year later which sounds like too much work and disgusting a year later. But
Listen.
I mean,
Listen.
there should be a way you could just disappear a body once it's dead. We just disappear.
Isn't that what
Open up a
like
portal.
cement shoes and
No, because
like
it still
Hudson are
exists.
for? Oh,
It should
okay.
just stop existing.
Oh,
Open
okay.
up a
Just
Bigfoot
poof.
portal and push it through.
I feel like
All
that
good.
kind of disturbs a pretty important part of the circle of life, but we'll circle back. We don't need all these lessons in one.
Okay, but how is a human body going through the circle of life of feeding anything when it's in a wooden box or burned up? I think it's a good solution to a problem that we're all facing. You're welcome.
All right, Tressa's gonna get working on that portal. Just throw it out there. By the way, I do so love it when fans stop by, not fans, friends and whatnot
Listeners?
stop by,
Okay.
listeners and friends stop by in the chat. It makes me so happy. I'm putting a side note right there. Anyway.
Correct, Jeanette. I went to Thanos the bodies.
All right. So anyway, so they bury the body, they go back and scoop it back up, I guess, especially in areas where burial space is not
because I'm sorry.
Are
Let's
we going
think
back
about
to the
this.
ossuary?
Yes, absolutely. A year later, they have to fully clean those skeletons to put them in the catacombs.
Yeah. Yeah, and usually done by the families, by the way.
Right. I fully appreciate that this is their burial ritual. I fully, all due respect, it's due to them because it's what they do.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I totally respect it. However, gross. I don't want to do that to any of my family members. Ugh.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful at all, but I cannot imagine.
But I do understand it. I do understand it to a point, right? Like, I do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sideline that again with my
No, that's
ignorance.
totally fine. I can completely and totally understand. Listen, there are I have lost a lot of family members, and people that I love very dearly, and it would be a difficult situation. But if I feel like if that were truly my belief system, like I could probably do it, like.
Oh, absolutely. But I wasn't raised on that, so it's icky.
Right.
Because I'm an ignorant white woman. Sorry.
At least you said it.
Yeah. Apologies.
All right. So that's typically what's in the catacombs, right? Is these ossuaries. So we have one of the most famous catacombs, which is the Catacombs of the Basilica and the Convent of San Francisco, which is in Lima. And it is absolutely stunning. The ossuary here contains the skulls and bones of like 25 to 70,000 people. I mean, that's a pretty big
the
gap.
first photo?
That is the first photo. So most of them are arranged in these sort of geometric patterns.
Wow.
Just arranging them on in there. Just the image that we have is circular in nature with rings of skulls
and bones. It looks like
bones, a lot of bones.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
A lot of concentric circles of skulls, neat rows of femurs, stacks of vertebrae sorted by size. I mean, I don't think I'd enjoy having that job. So they kind of were forgotten about for a little while, but they were rediscovered in 1943 and are connected through subterranean passageways to the cathedral and other local churches and whatnot, which gotta love
I like that a lot.
subterranean passageway. So there's small grates scattered on the upper floor of the cathedral. So if you look down, you can see the decorations, I don't know, the patterns, the shapes that people have made with these bones, with some pretty interesting looking lighting.
That's really neat.
Yeah. Okay,
Hey, Jeni, how many times have you wanted to say casino instead of cathedral?
I don't think any. Did I just say that? Because that would be great.
No, it sounds like a few times you've been like cathedral.
maybe because I said ossuary too many times.
Yeah.
So staff members and night security guards at the monastery have reported unexplained phenomena for decades. Cold spots in passageways, the sound of footsteps in sealed corridors, and the sensation of being watched from between the bone arrangements.
I feel like that's a whole lot of nothing, but okay.
There is a case of the Phantom Friar, which is great. It kind of sounds a little bit like a, I don't know, old-timey superhero or case, like a Hardy Boys case, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
He's got like a bald head, but just the top. Yeah. Wearing a big brown robe.
He's wearing a friar's like mask, and then a group of pesky kids and their dog come along,
and he could have gotten away with it.
He could have, stupid pesky kids. So both night watchmen and staff have reported sightings of a spectral Franciscan monk wandering the dim underground galleries.
Wait, a Franciscan monk? Oh, I guess. Wait, okay, hold on. I need a timeline again. I'm sorry. The catacombs, were they Catholic? Because Franciscan monk, that's Catholic, right?
Yeah, they were underneath. Yeah, they were underneath a cathedral. So it could have. I don't remember. Let me see if I wrote down actually like when it was dated back to, which of course I didn't. Oh, here we go. Yes. Okay. It served as Lima's primary cemetery from the 16th century until 1808.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they could have been colonized by then with Catholics.
Yeah. Because the Spanish were over there.
So the catacombs and the waiting a year to clean the bones, that was Catholic?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if that's something. I would assume so because I don't know. I think it kind of spanned across the way.
Okay.
Like I'm sure that many people kind of used it, but I'm pretty sure that was.
And then the Catholics were like, "Hey, look at this cool stuff. Let's put a really fancy church on top of it and claim it." Got it.
I don't think that's how that happened because they were doing it in Europe. The Catholics, that is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. So just that is enough to spook me, right? Like any kind of catacombs where I'm walking amongst people, like, I don't know, it would be interesting to see, but at the same time, I'm not sure that I could.
Oh, you know what how I feel about it being completely separated from it and not there in person right now at this moment is it's just some bones. Like those spirits are long gone. If they're here, they're just hanging out, checking out what's going on in this cool design place.
This is gonna sound a little weird. But have you ever seen a skull? Like in the wild?
Maybe in a museum or something. Not in the wild when I was out hiking. What?
No, like have you ever been to like a place where they've got like a skull and it's just kind of there in front of you? Like, hey, this is where this person died. Here's a skull.
What?
It's
do they
weird.
have it where he died?
It's
No, I've seen them
it's a
in like
weird
museums and
feeling.
stuff, but like,
Yeah, for
well,
some reason,
yeah, but
for me, like in a museum, like behind glass, it's like an entirely different animal, right? Like you're like, okay, that
sure,
makes sense. That's an artifact. That's supposed to be there. It's not like
right,
somebody's like final resting place.
right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna argue with you about your opinion.
No, it's cool. I'm confused by the question of have you ever seen a skull where the person died? Where does that happen?
It happens like sometimes like archaeological sites, things like that. I don't know. Sometimes you
How many have you been on?
kill a man in Reno just to watch him die. What?
Hmm?
One. I've seen one skull in the wild.
The wild, right?
No further story.
No, that seems not relative. So you don't need to go into it.
Listen, our
Hmm.
next one is the tomb of Enrique Torres Belon. So,
Is it this one?
and that is it. That is it. And that is wild. It is wild
Yeah.
to me. So, this is on the road between Lake Titicaca
Ah.
and the former Incan capital of Cusco, Peru. It's the town of Lampa. It was founded in the 16th century. And again, lots of Spanish colonialism there. There is a bizarre tomb attached to its historic church. So it's the Iglesia Santiago Apostol. Connected to the church is Enrique Torres Belon's mausoleum, a silo of bones capped by an aluminum replica of Michelangelo's Pieta. The Pieta that Michelangelo did, first of all, it's one of his most gorgeous sculptures, but it is uh, Mary holding Jesus after he's pulled off the cross, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's stunning.
Gorgeous.
So they recreated it and stuck it on top of this silo of bones.
Wait, I have a question about silo. Was it a silo specifically for bones, or was it like, hey, we got the silo here, let's
What with
reimagine it? I hear silo, and being from the Midwest, all I hear is corn. So I am mystified by Bone Silo, which sounds like a great movie.
it really does. It does. It
Hmm.
absolutely does. Um, so I'm having looked at the pictures, it is similar to one of our silos, except for not quite as tall, right?
Okay.
And it is built for specifically this purpose. It was not a repurposed
Okay.
corn or grain silo.
Reimagine.
Reimagined silo. Okay, so uh, engineer and politician Enrique was one of Lampa's most famous individuals. He designed and built the tomb in the mid 20th century so he could rest in peace along with his wife, surrounded by the earthly remains of the city's forebears.
Oh, this is
So,
new.
yeah. He lined it with hanging human skeletons and hundreds of skulls exhumed from the town's cemetery and the crypts beneath the church. At the bottom is
Question!
yeah,
Did he have permission to do that?
apparently so. Apparently so, because it's on full display. It is out there. It is a site that people can go visit, which is what?
Is this something people brag about? Like, oh, my grandma's in the silo. Like, that's he exhumed
He
bodies to put in
exhumed
there?
bodies. Yeah, he exhumed bodies. Most of them were ancient from the beginning of the town. But yeah, he just stuck his wife and himself in there. At the
Okay.
bottom of it is a black marble cross whose lighting exaggerates the eerie shadows cast by the wall hangings. Which, if we can throw that picture up again,
Uh-huh.
um, you can for sure see it. So yep, it's a silo, and he sort of has all of these full skeletons hung at the top and then just skulls at the bottom with a very large marble cross that is just it's laying horizontally, which
I mean, at that point, I'm a little bit speechless. I don't know what to do with this.
right?
It's just exhumed all these. It's weird.
Yeah. In the article that I read talking about it, made sure to note that another attraction in the town of Lampa is a working chinchilla farm.
Cute.
Which, come on, it's great.
Who doesn't love a chinchilla coat?
Yeah, I just want to
But
go
also,
play with the chinchillas. But
I don't
yeah.
even feel bad for being ignorant about this one. That's just weird. You're exhuming for your own glory, basically. I want to be in this super rad place when I die.
Yeah.
Also, I'm putting all these bodies in there that I've never met and have never associated with. That's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah. It is weird. I don't believe that it was like modern relatives of anyone in the town. I believe they were all very old skeletons. From the town origin, it's still very.
I feel like that makes it worse. It's very like, maybe not worse, worse differently, because it's
worse
like
differently. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, look how cool I am. All these founding fathers are buried with me. You guys can't say that. Only me and my wife. Hit the bricks, other people. No, that's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's very strange. It is not, but I don't know. What are we gonna do?
It reminds me of somebody that's in power that would put their name on something, but
it doesn't
like everything. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems weird. I don't know who would do that. Weird. All right, so on to the more ghost stories.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we've covered some of the weird stuff, and now we're getting into the haunty stuff. So we are looking at the Casa Matsusita, which is in Lima.
Wait,
nope.
This thing? Oh,
no.
Never mind. Forget you saw that.
It is a brightly colored yellow 2-story home.
This one?
That is the one. As we can see, it's sort of just a regular looking building. Very bright yellow.
Very nice.
All right. So this is a 2-story building in central Lima. It was built during the 1700s. There's a lot of lore surrounding this house and not a heck of a lot of fact, but that's how we like it.
Yeah, we do.
The first occupant was supposedly a Persian woman named Parvana Dervaspa.
What year?
Her arrival was mysterious. She had no family or friends or anything really connecting her to Peru. The Spanish were in full swing at that point. What's up?
What year?
During the 1700s.
Oh, it didn't even look like that old of a building. Okay.
No, but she didn't have any connection to what was called the viceregal, which was the colonial period. So it happened right after the Spanish conquest and before the Peruvian Declaration of Independence. All right, so that's for timing. So she didn't really have anything to do with the government of Peru. People couldn't quite figure out why she was there. Okay. So people started to speculate that there was something supernatural about her. She was known amongst her neighbors as a healer. And so, of course, she was very soon accused of witchcraft by the Spanish Inquisition. Her accusers claimed that she had made a pact with the devil, obviously. to cast
Obviously.
spells and curses that would cause misfortune to others for a high price. I like how they're getting that from healer. She was identified as, yep.
We could have gotten all this without a healer because it's a woman. What?
Right. It's really all she had to be was just a woman with no real connections.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so she was sentenced as a practitioner of the occult to burn at the stake. And according to legend, before she died, she cast one final curse on the house.
Good for her.
I know. I feel good about that. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel great about the fact that the curse was apparently successful. So
what did it do?
Well, this one I feel okay about. I'm all right with this one. Kind of. A very wealthy and cruel man had purchased the land and built a home there. So I guess the original building was razed and he built a new one. He was hosting a lunch for some of his friends, and the servants, who had had enough of his cruelty, by the way, decided to play around with a little light poisoning. A little bit.
Oh, fun.
With a hallucinogenic drug, not to kill, but just to, get him a little high, have some fun.
I love that. I love that.
Right?
Listen, we don't need to hurt him.
Right.
But maybe he could freak out for a little bit.
Right, exactly. Exactly. All lighthearted fun and games, except for
I feel like all bosses need to be dosed with hallucinogens like at least once a year by their staff.
Monsters Lounge does not condone or promote.
No, fully. Like, listen, you don't know when it's coming, so you better like watch yourself because you don't know how. Do you want it to be strong? You want to freak out, or do you want to just have like a nice mellow time? Okay.
Non-condoning. So it was all fun games, except after the meal began, the servants kind of started to hear some manic laughing. All right, manic laughing. And then some screaming.
Oh.
Some real bad screaming. They didn't rush right in.
It'll take care of itself.
They did not rush to the rescue. So they moseyed on in after some of the screaming had stopped, and they found complete carnage. There were bodies everywhere, limbs torn off, blood all over the walls, all over the floor. They
From
had
hallucinogens?
Apparently just torn each other to pieces.
That sounds like a creepy pasta. Like who? Right? What are you doing? Hallucinogens? No.
Well, you know what? And apparently that's the magic of the cursed house. That's you ingest something in a cursed house and apparently go insane. So after this, the servants were never the same, and most of them spent the rest of their lives in mental institutions.
I mean, fair.
I
mean, can you imagine walking into that after finishing your coffee?
It's horrible. And then knowing that you're like, oh, I had a part in this. I did this. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have trusted that guy.
Some people would be like, "That wasn't me. My dosing had absolutely nothing to do with that. They were crazy already."
All right. So, nearly a century later, in almost all accounts of this, this was noted, a Japanese family by the name of Matsushita, from where the house gets its name, moved in, and at first everything seemed like it was fine. They were a good family, very nice, very honest, but they were living in a cursed house. So that kind of started to take over a little bit. The father became angry and violent. And one day when he came home from work, he found his wife with another man. And so he killed everybody. Everybody, including himself.
I mean, well, you got to finish the job, I guess.
Yeah, you really just, I got nothing. So at the end of the 1970s, an Argentinian host, Humberto Vilches Vera, he was a host of a television program called Los Fantasmas se Diverten. So he
Which
made a bet.
translates to
I don't know, phantasms, I'm assuming something. Made a bet. Listen. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I'm not there yet, or even
You could have
close.
just like
I can
put it into
order.
something, said
Well,
translate.
I could, but I like the way that it sounds without translation.
Yeah, but I want to know what it means
so
is the
pretty.
thing.
Okay, the crazy show. How about that? Does that help?
Yep.
The
Thanks.
show of ghosts and picnic baskets. That's what it translates to.
That's like our show. Okay, go ahead.
So he made a bet that he was capable of staying 7 days on the second floor of the building, which was the most haunted. He allegedly left the place after 2 hours and had to be admitted to a mental hospital for a year, after which he disappeared. He just sort of vanished.
A year. Like, I can see it be like a publicity thing where he's like, oh, I totally had to go to a mental institution. It was crazy. And then like leave like, say a month. A year.
Well, after the fact, he wrote a memoir, and he said that it was that it never happened, that he was planning on like doing it to increase his ratings, but he still had been gone for a year and sort of disappeared into mediocrity after that.
I mean, listen, if you did it for ratings, you would not then disappear for a year because you got to play that up.
Right.
I want to talk to this guy. What is going on in that brain?
I know. So I like that one.
Yeah.
All right. So now we kind of move on to a fortress, which is really interesting, which is the picture that we had before. It's an incredibly large structure. So it's got 5 points to it, huge moat around it. It's very, very close to the ocean. And that is in Callao.
Jeni, what is this building?
It is the Real Felipe Fortress. And it is located within the monumental zone, which I don't know what that is because I forgot to look it up. So it was built to defend the main port of the country, as well as the city of Lima, from pirates during colonial times. There was a issue with pirates sort of taking things, being pirates, pirating things.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
Right.
So
if you look at the picture, it looks like a mid-century building from a big distance. I'm sure it's been reinforced and redone and everything, but like I would have never guessed it was around for that long.
Yeah. And they've done a really good job of keeping it up. Like it's not in ruin whatsoever. And it's been around for a very long time. The pictures of the walls and whatnot, which I probably should have included, but I did not. Still very solid looking. They're not even as worn down looking as like the Tower of London or something.
That crap palace.
Yeah, you did. So the fortress was part of a 2-year siege that ended Spain's presence in both Peru and South America. It is currently the Peruvian Army Museum, explains the updates, displaying historical uniforms, weapons, and other military paraphernalia. It was the largest Spanish military installation in the Americas. It was built in 1747, again, to respond to the pirate threats. And it had bomb-proof walls. And obviously it was in the shape of a pentagon. But it was so massive, it sprawled over 17 acres, which was the largest Spanish military installation on American soil.
How many men head to toe is that?
A lot, like 1 million.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, 1 million?
Mm-hmm.
That's too many men. Go ahead.
It's a lot of people. So it had a 52-foot wide moat. It had earthworks to meld the fort with the landscape. Bastions at each of the 5 corners. So like the earthworks, like, you know, when you see like bunkers established, right? Like they kind of blend into the landscape. That's kind of what it did.
Got it.
Wells for drinking water, barracks, a hospital, and 188 bronze and 124 iron cannons. So the fort was never taken in all the time that it was actually used in a military purpose. So, but being a fortress, there was a great deal of brutality that occurred. And it is most evident in the Terrenos del Rey y de la Reina, the towers of the king and queen.
Okay.
The twin fortresses within a fortress kind of had some really terrible things happening. So when prisoners of war went in there, they were sort of crammed into the dungeons and forced to remain standing round the clock, even while trying to sleep, which there wasn't much sleep. So they just sort of crammed them in there. Lots of people in a room. Overflow inmates, the ones who couldn't be crammed in standing up, were shackled in a maze of corridors outside the main tower area. And if you started to speak up or speak out against, you were probably going to be doused with boiling water.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They put a life expectancy on captives at 60 days.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why even keep them at that point?
Brutality. Like they were horrific. Like some of these things that, well, I like to pretend like it's not still happening, but human beings are brutal and cruel at points in time. Okay, so there's a couple of different ghost stories that result out of this. Every so often you can see a ghost soldier hurling themselves from parapets. Due to not wanting to be a part of the captivity underneath in the dungeons. So there is obviously going to be a white lady involved in a fortress haunting.
Sure. We get around.
Yeah. She was rumored to be of a highborn Spanish family, and she fled an uprising in El Calo in 1824. And she hid out in the fortress where she contracted the plague and she died. It is said that at midnight, footless ghost of Lady La Pericholia appears in the king's tower. And she was both entertainer.
Okay.
Yeah. No feats. The entertainer and the mistress of Manuel Diamant.
She's missing out on a lot of money there. No feet. What are you doing?
I know, right? She's an entertainer too. How do you do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How are you going to get paid?
Right. So anyway, she was the mistress of the man who finished the construction on that particular fortress. So we've got prisoners, soldiers, and the ghost of a 2-year-old child whose footprints have been seen on the cold stone floor of the fortress and occasionally just runs around giggling demonically.
No, is it demonically or are people just scared?
I think people are just scared. Also, it just sounds better. A little kid running around giggling.
No. Do we have any idea if a 2-year-old died in that fort? I'm sure many did, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, of course they did. There was a ridiculous amount of disease in sort of like this dungeon area that would have spread. Anybody who was hiding out in the fortress for safety would have been privy to it. I mean, yeah.
Fun.
All right. Okay, let's see. Okay. And I don't know if I actually found a photo of this. I don't think I sent it. It's La Casa Encantada, which is the haunted house of Luna Huena. And this is about 100 miles southeast of Lima. The abandoned house is involved in all kinds of stories. It was owned originally by a wealthy Italian landowner whose family was tragically murdered by Chilean soldiers in 1881 during the War of the Pacific. So locals and visitors will hear phantom cries, they will see lights and experience sudden drops in temperature. So this Italian landowner and his family lived there during 1879 to 1883. The family met a very tragic and brutal end. A surviving granddaughter inherited the property and moved on unaware of the history. She didn't really know how the family had died there.
Okay.
Yeah.
They keep it like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, we're keeping secrets. Who knows? Yeah.
Maybe tell the lore. What are we doing?
Yeah, tell the granddaughter the lore. She's moving on to the property.
Right.
Yeah. Her family actually abandoned the property because there were so many noises and voices, lights.
Her family abandoned the property because they were scared and did not tell their own relative that was going to move into this place.
No, the one who moved in moved right on out. She was like, I'm out of here.
Oh, you're saying.
I'm out of here. Okay. I'm leaving. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. So there's a lot of hiking through the area. Frequently there's reports of, again, lighting, weird phenomena. There's phantom music that will turn off as soon as somebody approaches and starts to investigate it.
That's fun.
Yeah. So now we get to a really weird one, which I like, and it might, it's a very strange one. It's the grave of Sarah Ellen. And I love this story so much because it's totally weird and random.
Did you send me this pic?
Yeah, it's did I?
This one?
No, that's a different one.
No, you didn't send me. Okay,
no,
tell
I
me.
Send it. Because it's not, they weren't really any pictures to like show, right? So an English woman, she is buried in Pisco, and she was buried in 1913. She had moved there. Sarah Ellen Roberts. She was an English woman, and she was buried in Pisco. She was one of 4 children born in Yorkshire, and she married a man named John Price Roberts, and they had a couple of different kids.
They didn't have the same one over and over again?
No, they didn't have the same one. So in 1901, her husband had a younger brother who had left his job as the manager of a weaving mill. They all worked at this weaving mill, right? To take up a similar position in Lima, Peru. So John went to Peru a couple of times and visited, and apparently just fell in love with the place. And he took Sarah with him. They actually left their children in England, and they went to go visit this place. Anyway, there she died. She died like a year later while they were there. Cause of death is not known. An announcement of her death appeared in the obituary column of the Northern Daily Telegraph. And her headstone reads, "In memory of Sarah Ellen, the beloved wife of J. Roberts of Blackburn, England." So John had then subsequently returned to England and opened up a grocer's store, which he ran until his death. After Robert's death, there was a legend that involved in Peru that she was a vampire. There were many versions of the legend. According to one, in June 1913, Roberts was sentenced to death in East Lancashire after being accused of being a witch. a vampire, and a murderer. She was thrown, still alive, into a lead-lined coffin and vowed to return for vengeance.
I hope she did.
Mm-hmm. In another version of the legend, John Roberts traveled around Europe, but no country would allow him to bury Sarah because of her unholiness and promise of vengeance. He then traveled to South America, where he was turned away in Chile and Argentina. One day, a sailor told him to take Sarah to Peru, as everyone knows Peru is the land of witches.
Oh, right.
So, in another version, Sarah Roberts was one of the 3 brides of Dracula, along with sisters Andrea and Erica, who were executed in Blackburn and buried by John Roberts in Mexico and Hungary or Panama.
She was one of the women in that fictional book?
She was. And for some reason, John got all of them and buried them all over the place.
Well, sure. That's what you do when you're married to a fictional character. Yeah.
Right. So, in another version, she got to Peru, she gave birth to a son, and then died 6 days later. She began then apparently doing vampire stuff, wandering around town, feasting on
She's
blood
got a
of
to-do list off.
feasting on blood of children and young animals.
Yep.
The best part is the 80th anniversary of Robert's death fell in June of 1993. And the locals in town were genuinely afraid that she was going to come back, right? And take out vengeance on the town. Sure. So all kinds of vampire kits were sold, complete with like steaks and garlic. Garlic stock apparently went way up.
That's adorable.
And then everybody kind of hung around her tombstone to throw holy water and pray and await the resurrection. People left town because, especially pregnant women, they didn't want her spirit to come back and inhabit their unborn babies.
Sure. It'll
street vendors sold T-shirts and key rings carrying the picture of a vampire.
I would buy that T-shirt.
Oh my
100%.
God, yeah. Absolutely. They also sold small bags with a crucifix and cloves of garlic to wear around your neck.
Sure.
Television and radio stations broadcast live from the graveside. And everybody just waited. Yeah.
It's like when Geraldo went to what's his name's grave. Do you remember that? Al Capone's grave, was it?
Yeah.
Or not his grave. It was like some secret like tunnel or something, and all they found was like an old Pepsi can.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
And it was like this huge event. It was like a primetime special, and they just kept opening doors. It was just like a whole lot of nothing. It was like, wow.
I know.
You guys put a lot of effort into this.
Right. So Reuters, the news agency, that is
Reuters.
still very modern day. Reuters? Oh, yeah, I guess it's Reuters. Reported that she stayed peacefully in her coffin.
Good for her.
Believers in the occult warned that the spell was just dormant and that nobody was still safe. Police ended up dispersing the crowd, many of whom were self-styled vampire hunters armed with stakes and crucifixes. And local witch doctors turned up to exorcise the tomb. So it doesn't end there, because in August 2007, a massive earthquake struck Peru, killing hundreds and destroying a large part of the city. The cemetery was devastated, but her grave was not damaged, which
the
just brought back the belief.
We're sad about it. Yes, I love that.
I know. Isn't that such a great story?
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Good for her on all counts. You keep doing your stuff without trying, because people are just projecting their stuff on you.
Yeah.
Go. I love it.
Yeah. So I think that that's probably the best place to end with this one. We had some creepy doll, but I think we can incorporate that into a different segment of this series that we're doing.
Fantastic. I love ending on a woman accused of being a witch, and it was just because people are afraid of women. My favorite.
Yeah.
History has been very pleasant to women in general. Hey, Jeni, it's been so great having you on the show today. Thank you so much for joining me.
I really enjoyed it. I genuinely want to thank you for coming back on. I know
you know what?
have
This is
a lot
my
going
favorite
on.
show to do. I really enjoyed my time here, so I appreciate the invitation.
Well,
Thank you.
You're my favorite guest.
Oh, thank you. You're my favorite guest. Everybody else, hey, go check out our website, buy merch and other stuff. Okay, bye.